Hi, I'm Lara and this is tropetrinitytrilogy, and today I'll be doing the Bird Box book tag, originally created by the amazing Angela of FictionalFangirl. So yes, Friday bonus video! Woo! So first of all, let me take this off so I can see you. Oh wow, hello there. So I will say one thing about my channel before I went on hiatus is I felt like most of my videos were tags. So now I've decided that tags are going to be delegated to only be part of my Friday bonus video, and I'm going to be picky about which tags I choose to do. And now Angela of FictionalFangirl has a great channel, a great personality, so of course if she makes an original tag, I gotta do it. I literally watched the movie so I could see her tag because I really like her channel and she's really fun. So yeah, definitely gonna do the tag she creates. I also will do tags people actually tag me, and like, don't be afraid to tag me, I'll do them. Anyway, her video is great. She has a fun personality, and again, I watched a 2-hour movie just so I could watch the video, so you definitely should watch her video, which I will link down below. So one thing I thought I would do for this tag to mix it up would be, I actually know my answers to all of these questions before I started filming. However, I left all of the books that I use for these answers in their place on their shelves. So this is one of my bookshelves, that's my other one, and this is my stealth camera, which will be filming me as I have a blindfold on and get bumblefuck my way around the room to try to get the books. So yeah, this should be interesting. So let's get into the questions. Forewarning, there will be spoilers for the Bird Box movie. Number 1, don't take off your blindfold. A book so scary you don't even want to look at it. Now, I haven't really read any scary books, so I decided to go with a book with the scariest, most horrifying setting I could think of. So, let's do this. I feel like I should know my room pretty well, so hopefully this wouldn't be a problem. So the book I chose was 1984 by George Orwell. Yes! I got the right book. But anyway, the reason I picked this book is because of any book world I've ever read about, this is the one that terrifies me the most. Yes, the apocalypse, zombies, monsters, horror, they're all terrifying, but you at least have the freedom to act and think in those worlds. But in 1984, there is no freedom and there is no escape, not even in your own mind. Number 2, Gary, a book you want everyone to read. I don't actually own this book, but I didn't want to skimp out on the cool blindfold funness of this, so I thought I would have this section. I have to write it, I guess, while blindfolded. I know this isn't as fun as watching me fall around the room, but you know, you take what you can get. This is most of the videos gonna be me crashing around the room. It's fine. So let's see if I can write while blindfolded. This part's good, and then I kind of Fiona, and then it's a roadkill bird. This mockingbird happened to get ran over by a car. So this is a book I recommend for everyone, because even though I've read so many great books that I do think are really powerful and most people should read, such as 1984, I wouldn't recommend this book to everyone. However, To Kill a Mockingbird is something I feel like anyone can read, and if not enjoy, get something from. I mean, anyone can get something from this, but I wouldn't recommend this to a middle schooler, a child, someone who's severely depressed. But this book, I think anyone can read it. Number 3, blindfold. Don't judge a book by its cover. You name a book you thought would be bad based on the cover, or a book you thought would be good based on the cover, but it turns out your assumptions were false. So I don't normally assume a book will be bad based on its cover, and if I do assume that, then I wouldn't buy the book in the first place. There is one book I did genuinely think it would be good, and it wasn't necessarily based on the cover as much as the title, but the title's on the cover, so I think that's fair. It wasn't based on the description, it wasn't based on the summary, it was just because the title was so cool. Put my blindfold on and go get the book. I'm trying not to knock the tripod down. That's the biggest struggle, not actually tripping. Okay, so the book I got is The Force of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan. Yes! Yes, I got the right book. So I wasn't entirely sure which one this was, but I remember this book has a very matte finish, and the one that was right next to it felt shiny. So I was right. I got the right book. I am doing good at this. Like, I don't need eyeballs. I should just like remove them and donate them for money, because they're overrated. I mean, I can't read without eyeballs, but who needs them anyway? So yeah, The Forest of Hands and Teeth is a zombie book. And all I knew about this book was it was a zombie book and it was called The Forest of Hands and Teeth. And this title is very dark and creepy, but it's poetic. And in turn, I assumed this book would be dark and poetic. The writing style is good and poetic. However, I realized this book is very detached from everything that's happened. I feel like I'm being told everything and not shown anything at all. And the plot multiple times sets up really interesting mysteries and then completely drops them. Number 4, Olympia, a character that is just too sweet. So, got my blindfold on. Okay. So the character I picked is Kippa, who should be on the back cover of this book, from Monstrous by Marie Lu and illustrated by Sana Takada. I think that's her name. Let me see. Yes! Nailed it! But yeah, Kippa is an adorable little fox girl and she's just the most precious thing. And yeah, that's all I have to say about her. Number 5, Douglas, a lovable asshole. Whatever. I just won't breathe. Cover my whole face. The character I pick is Riprid, the giant rat from The Underland Chronicles by Susan Collins. Yes, okay. For a moment, I was feeling this book when I was holding it up. I was like, I don't remember it feeling like this. I forgot this felt like this. I was starting to get worried, but I'm like get out of breath because just I'm suffocating with that thing on. So yeah, Riprid is a mean giant rat covered in scars with a tragic backstory and this little bit of a soft spot. And I really like his character. He's really well rounded and I definitely recommend you read this. Number 6, the spoiler question, and that is Tom, a fictional death you'll never get over. So instead of going in depth about one specific one, I'm just gonna hold up 4 books I decided and just not tell you who the character is. So hopefully I'll get the correct books because there's 4 of them. I was so nervous. I was like, I can't have my first. Oh my gosh, I got lucky. So I actually thought I was grabbing this book because I thought I was grabbing the one closest to the paperbacks. But I grabbed this one. I did feel it, and this one is paperier than that one, so I recognized the touch of it. But I actually thought this one was supposed to be on this side of this one. Good thing this book has like a really papery cover because I would have been wrong. But yeah, so in the order in which I read these books, because I don't want to have bias about which character I'm most sad about dying, the 4 books that have character deaths I will never get over are Allegiant by Veronica Raw, Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys, The Last Star by Rick Yancey, and The Vagrant by Peter Newman. Yes, I am winning this. I am doing so good. I am proud of myself. Number 7, Birds. A book so bad you want to warn everyone to stay away. So my camera footage for this one got full, and since I'm using 2 cameras, I had to upload it all to my computer. And I accidentally got one of the books, which of course is on this shelf, so there isn't even footage of me wandering over there from here. So the background looks a little bit different than it did before, because I have to refilm it now. Number 7, Birds. A book so bad you want to warn everyone to stay away. So, to be honest, there isn't any book I think everyone should stay away from that I've at least read. But there is a book that I feel like when I originally picked it up, it was very inaccurately advertised to me based on YouTuber reviews and also the actual stuff on the back of the book. So I want to warn you that it's inaccurate. And also I'm pretty sure it's on a different spot when I put it back because it was actually in the wrong spot originally. But yeah, so So this book hopefully is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Nailed it. I feel like this one's less impressive because not only it's right behind me, but also because I actually already did it and I had to redo it because the camera died. Thanks a lot. My issue with this book is that this book was advertised to me as having a dark, gritty assassin protagonist who just suffered a year in a death camp and is now fighting in a deadly tournament for her freedom. But what I got is a protagonist trying too hard to be a hashtag relatable teenage girl, and a book that skims over most of the tournament in favor of just scenes of her playing with puppies and eating candy. And what I do see of the tournament is boring. Number 8, Mallory, your favorite fictional mom. So yeah. And the books I picked, the mom I picked is Sally Jackson, who is Percy Jackson's mom from the book series Percy Jackson. I'm not surprised, it's a box set. So Sally Jackson, though leaning on a bit too perfect, is a well-developed and well-written character. She genuinely cares about Percy, and she's quirky, and most of all, she has her own life. A lot of times in books, especially parent characters, they tend to only exist to be the protagonist's parent, or they pretty much do nothing at all. However, Sally Jackson does have a life outside of Percy. She has goals, dreams, and she even has her own romance developing on the side. She's not just a character that exists to be Percy's mom. And finally, number 9, Boy and Girl. A fictional character's name you would love to use for a future child, a pet, or in my case, another fictional character. So this name is from a character in a movie, which since I write books and this is actually a sort of short animated kids movie, I actually think it would be fine if I use this for one of my own characters. So I'm just going to write the name of the movie and write the name of the character. It is Song of the Sea, and the character's name is Saoirse, who is the sister of the main character, Ben. So yeah. Obviously, writing words isn't that hard while blindfolded, but you know, I gotta do something. So yes, that is the actual name of the movie and the name of the protagonist I remembered correctly. And it's spelled correctly. So yes, this name is spelled S-A-O-I-R-S-E, but it's pronounced Saoirse, and it is Irish Gaelic for freedom. And it is a really pretty name that I would like, and I wouldn't mind naming a fantasy character that. Now, I would like to say this movie's on Netflix, so if you can watch Bird Box, you can watch this movie. And it is adorable and sweet, and it's an Irish animated film centering around Irish mythology, which I really liked and appreciated, and I recommend. And so yeah, that is the last question for the Bird Box book tag. So I am very nervous about tagging people because I don't want to tag someone and then just reject me and be like, no, don't tag me, and then I'll be sad. However, I actually found people ahead of time to tag. So yeah, I will be tagging a bunch of people. So I will be tagging Cassidy Marie, Lattes and Mockingjays, Victoria Elizabeth, Jessica Samuels, Cass T.L., Silly Little Ravenclaw, and author D.L. Tillery. All of you have been tagged. And if anyone else wants to do this tag, feel free to. And again, I would like to thank Angela of FictionalFangirl for creating this awesome book tag. And thank you for watching. And if you know any cool names, feel free to tell me because I love hearing cool names, especially because I have to use them for fictional characters, so I need to know a lot of them. Or if you have any comments in general about the video, feel free to leave them below because I would love to hear them. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you